process, from your thought process in the morning, and we group will say, today is going to be a wonderful day, right? And then next of all, that's say positive affirmation.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, say 3 or 4 negative thoughts come into your mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of keeping that positive thought all through the day, and just focus on one affirmation. Wait, do you have any advice?
Yeah, definitely. Like, even though I know I'm talking all about like stillness just so far, yeah, like thoughts they're like they can be our best friend or whatever else. Like, they are very, very powerful. So like, it's fantastic if just to switch your thoughts to a more positive thought.
Just focus on that.
Yeah.
Positive affirmation the whole day and try to keep it that.
Yeah, but I want to, yeah. The only snare or trap with that is that you try too hard. For me, I just sometimes casually say, like, the number one thing in spirituality for me, in a way, is not to try too hard. And that goes with like the ordinary things of the world, and it goes with like all the spiritual teachings too, because we can end up trying too hard to practice all of this type of thing, or meditation or anything. Like, if you really feel like meditating or being still, like, or thinking positively, I might just relax and like don't try too hard, because when you try too hard you feel tense and stressed, and that just defeats the whole purpose of the whole essence of spirituality, so to speak. But yeah, I do practice like positive thoughts. If you want, I'm going to have a great day, or it's going to be a lovely day. I'm going to open my heart. Like a prayer, I like prayers. Like, I don't have any specific prayers, but I have general ideas. Like, I'm going to today is going to be a beautiful, divine, abundant, blessed day of kindness, sharing, caring. I'm going to open my heart, open my mind to people, forgiving, having compassion, love, gentleness, peace, peaceful interactions. How can I help today? Or who could I really like be kind? How can I be kind today? How can I improve and expand and grow and learn today? Share with other people, etc., etc., etc. And they're all like lovely things that definitely make us feel good. 2 things that really make us feel fantastic is it's like start your sentence with like thank you for, or I love. So like, I love the way I have like a voice. I love the way I have ears to hear. I'm so happy for the fact like I have like some like caring or kind like brother or sister or mum or dad or children. I have like my good health, my arms, legs and eyes and sight. I love the blue sky, I love my car, I love my house. And these are all like focusing instead of like totally like really, really, really high vibration thoughts, emanations. Absolutely. So yeah, just think these things often, and include that in like the stillness practice, so to speak, as well. It's really good. Yeah. Did you have a question?
Yeah, just I agree completely with what you've been saying. There's a lot of great stuff here, and especially that bit about not trying too hard.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very, very important.
Very much so, yeah.
Not to beat yourself up.
Yeah,
no
definitely.
What you're doing.
Yeah.
What is essential, maybe you could talk about, is self-esteem.
Okay.
What you called earlier, self-love, self-respect.
Yeah.
Sometimes when people are starting to meditate, they try too hard.
Yeah.
And they start beating themselves up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the opposite of what.
I know, yeah.
So what the Buddhists call the middle way, moderation.
Mm.
Just taking it easy on yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And just because the ego, or what people talk about, there's nothing wrong basically with self-esteem and self-respect. So just because you're trying to tame your mind or tame your ego, doesn't necessarily mean you're in any way reducing your own self-worth.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah, that's like a really, really good point. Yeah, like our own self-worth generally is like conditioning. Getting a still mind, you kind of just might realize like it's just having a still mind is free from thoughts. So it's just like free, even just for a second or 2 or 3. So you're free from all of your conditioning and fears included. People are generally afraid. See, confidence and feeling sure of yourself. It can be from the ego or not the ego. Like some people are like, you say, I'm really confident, or they're really confident, sure of themselves. So if it's from like the ego, it's like these people who are bullies, like etc. Like they can appear really full of self-esteem and confident, but really it's not. They're afraid, and because they're afraid of being hurt by other people or afraid of being rejected. That's like 2 of them. Fear of being rejected or fear of not being good enough. probably two of the biggest fears. Because they're afraid, they decide to put up like a facade, like a perception, a demonstration of being like really, really confident, so and strong. So that's so you won't you won't be, so you'll be afraid of them, or so you won't like clash with them or step on their toe or confront them because they're afraid of being confronted or put down. So the person who doesn't really love themselves, but they appear to be all confident, they're always worrying about losing their image that they're trying to portray all the time, of being strong, powerful, important, or confident. Even the businessman, anybody, businesswoman, anybody. So they're living in fear of losing their outward appearance, and then they're also trying and stressing and straining and putting in a lot of effort, and they're getting tired out by trying to maintain their image. So that's whereas if you simply love yourself and you're confident, like for me, I don't know, I often just use myself as an example because like I can't talk about somebody else very well. I don't really know them too well, but I know myself pretty well. I'd say I'm confident, but that's only because I'm not afraid of what other people think. Really, that's what confidence is for me. It's like fearlessness. Like you're not afraid, and you're not trying to impress. You're not trying to create a fake image. You're just being yourself. You're not trying to live up to anything. You're not afraid of embarrassment. Embarrassment doesn't really exist maybe anymore because you're human, and everyone just acts according to their level of knowledge and awareness and understanding and conditioning. So if I do something like stupid, or if I make a bags of talking or something like that, there's nothing for me really to be embarrassed about or ashamed about, because I just couldn't do it at the time. I didn't know any better. And all that would happen, like just now, let's say if something happened and I didn't give a good talk or something like that. So then,
that never happened.
so then later on tonight, I'm going home, or tomorrow, I could end up like thinking a million different thoughts for the rest of the week. Oh no, I was so bad. Like, why didn't I do this? Or like, I was terrible. And then, whereas really, if I just be present in the present moment and say like, well, right now, what's happening in this moment? There's nothing happening connected to the talk. Just now, like for example, I'm like in tomorrow or whatever, even if I broke down or whatever in the talk, I could be walking down the road and there's some trees and I have my body and I'm just walking and I'm going to the shop and there's the clouds and stuff. There's nothing related to the talk. So you just become centered and present in the present moment again, and I might, like a cloud going by in the sky, the big sky, I might then become aware of a thought saying, oh, people mightn't like me, like, because they might think I'm really, really foolish or like a bad presenter. So I hear this thought in my head, because I then realise I might have a bit of tension emotionally, like, and I hear the thought and I think, oh, jeepers, like, big deal about the thought. Here I am now, like, there's no need to be afraid or reliving the fact that I made a whoops of a talk. I can now focus on enjoying the present moment again, maybe have some positive affirmations or thoughts about loving and kindness and forgiveness. So no need to be embarrassed or ashamed or regret or hold on to things that other people did or didn't do, or that you did or didn't do in the past either. So just forgive yourself and other people, love yourself and love other people. And no, we all make so-called mistakes. And you made a really good point there, which said like some people don't have loving thoughts towards themselves, or they don't love themselves. You don't not love yourself. Only unloving thoughts are happening to you in your head. So I can't hate myself. All that's happening is so-called hateful or unloving thoughts are happening in my head in this moment that I can become aware of, and I don't have to take too seriously. So the idea that I don't love myself, or I can't stop, I hate myself, or it's just thoughts. You don't have to take it too seriously. Just become present in the present moment, aware of the silence and stillness or sound, and know that all it is thoughts happening, conditioned thoughts of unlovingness. That's all, and that's only because you're conditioned. So that's an easy way to break free of like non-love, and then act out loving actions towards yourself, like buying yourself a flower or a bath, or simply by making a habit again. Practice makes perfect. Practice loving yourself.
What about the Oceanic, like that Oceanic. So how you see the cause and effect, how the Buddhist describes karma.
I don't know if I believe in, like, to what extent I believe in karma, like in punishment and stuff. Is it okay that
Yes,
running
no,
out of
I'm
time?
just saying
or-
I don't believe in karma. I don't. I've seen bad things happen to really good people and vice versa, so I
Yeah.
don't see how it works.
Yeah. Cool. My motto is basically just like make the most of everything, every situation, and view everything as an opportunity. There's very like clever or like wise stories about don't be judging anything as good or bad necessarily, because there's a story, like I'll just tell it really quickly, like a man wins the lotto and then he buys, everyone's saying fantastic, and he buys a car with his lotto winnings and it's fantastic, everyone's celebrating, but then the next week he has a really big accident in his car and everyone's like saying, oh my god, you're so unlucky, that's so terrible and awful and bad. So he's injured and then he's in hospital and people are commiserating, saying, oh, you're so unlucky, or whatever else. This is the idea, it's like this is bad and like bad things happen to you. And then while he's in hospital, like there's a landslide with his house beside the sea, and his house like goes flying into the sea. So you can't really everything is like connected totally. Like what's good one minute is bad, and next minute like it turns out to be good again. So like it's only our minds again that fragments like the situation in reality. In our life situation, calls it good or bad.
I disagree because I've read A Course in Miracles and I've done all the stuff, so I do believe if you think bad things will happen. So I do believe in cause and effect. If you think good things and positive thoughts, you know, it lessens the bad ones, so cause and effect does
Ah, no,
happen.
yeah,
In
I
my
agree with
opinion,
that.
I agree. So
No, I agree with
you
you.
just said you didn't, so
I
I'm sorry that I do.
No, I
If
said
you think bad and negative all the time, that's what you're going to create around you.
No, I don't think so. I have all. Whenever I think something good is going to happen to me, the opposite happens. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, and it does
Yeah.
happen for me.
Well, I agree to disagree because
well, I don't think you disagree with me because I'm not like no offense or anything,
Okay.
but I believe in cause and effect. Like if I knock over this, that's the cause that will have an effect of knocking this over. So I do believe in cause and effect in that regard.
Okay.
But regarding like punishment for past life misdemeanors, I'm not sure if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree or
sorry, I
disagree.
just thought you meant in
Oh, yeah, no worries.
cause and effect
It's
in
all right.
general.
Yeah,
We're going to take a
yeah,
5-10 minute break.
yeah. Thanks everybody.
Okay, we're going to take a 10-minute break and listen, thanks a million.
Aye, no worries.
Owen opened up
Pleasure,
this
yeah.
for the first night here we were here, and I suppose we should thank the management of the Teachers Club who've been very tolerant of us.
Yeah.
We're going on a break. There's my watch. I want it back. Right. I've lost a couple of watches that way. When we come back, I want you to tell me something about myself.
Folks, I have little pieces of paper there. If you have a question for Joe, like I said before we started the show, if you have a question, you want to write it down, just do it during the break. I'll collect them for you and get done afterwards. Really sorry about the noise. Somebody in Joe's office forgot to book.
Wonder who that was.
I don't know who that was, Joe. Sack her right away. We would have had upstairs and it would be nice and peaceful. We have to put up with this.
I always get the noisy room, don't
Yeah,
I?
it's not intentional. Believe me, it's not.
It's
that's
bad.
how we
Next month
upstairs.
we'll have upstairs, it'll be nice and peaceful, there'll be nobody too noisy. Sorry about that.
Thanks for listening
10,
everybody.
15
We
minutes.
appreciate it.